Hey, beautiful. So, today we got a notion in our heart that seeped in so deeply and so strongly that it just felt that that reckoning. It's felt like a reckoning within me being summoned, called forward. And this is me stepping into this new phase of self, this new understanding of self, this new me, this new me that's been within me that has been afraid. I can't think of any other word to say but been afraid, like afraid in a very, very cautious way, afraid. And I'm understanding more and more and more in order for me to fully move into my fully awakened self, meaning I am internally awakened, but I have external work to do, and that external work will elevate the internal work that I have been doing. It's this similar to when you're single and you're working on yourself, you're doing the work, you're doing that inner healing, you're connecting with those wounds, and you're transforming that energy, transmuting it into something that serves you and benefits you and drives you and motivates you and gives you momentum to continue to do that work. And then you get into a relationship with someone, and then the additional work begins. Like, now I understand the things that trigger me, and now that I'm in it, I'm in the couple with someone, and now those triggers happen. How am I going to handle it? Now it's time to put the work to work. And so that's where I am now when it comes to my career, my offerings, my destined path. Is I've done the work, the internal work, and now I'm being called forward to do the external part. So connecting to the thing that I've been working on, not fearing, having courage into stepping into, now is doing that work, putting the work to work. So I'm putting the work to work when it comes to my belief in my skills, my belief in my understanding, courage to share with other people, allowing it to resonate the way it's going to resonate within other people, not worrying so much about how I will be perceived, not worrying so much about gossip that may come from what I share about my truthful experiences. Being in a space of courage, courage, courage. Feeling that fear or that, apprehension, resistance a little bit, but moving into it anyway, despite what anybody has to say, despite even what I'm saying to myself that's, you know, may not be as encouraging or as empowering as I need it to be. But moving in the space anyway, because as I do so, the voice within me becomes more empowered, becomes more encouraging as I do the thing that I'm being called to do. This is like my introduction into the shared me, because it's a very private me that those that may be close to me or that I work with get to experience and see. And so now I'm being called to expand that, to expand it. And this is this is a very big step for me, because I have past experiences and past, trauma conditioning that tells me I'm not good enough to do that. You're not skilled enough. You're not knowledgeable enough. You need to have this in place or this in place or that in place. It needs to be perfect in this way, that way, and the other. And I'm understanding that the growth comes through the imperfections, because nothing is ever perfect in the way we define perfection, without flaws. And we as a people have a unique ability to always find a flaw. And even if I believe that is perfect, someone else can come around and point out a flaw or imperfection, and I can't be worried about that, because it's not a worry to have, because it's not about that. It's really about the message. It's about the work. It's about what I'm being called to do. It's about me allowing myself to be utilized in the way that I have said that, hey, God, if you want to use me, use me. And I have been called forward. And I am fully accepting the call into this. I was called into therapy as a therapist. I was called to take that route, and I did that work, and I'm doing that work. I was called to create the products that I create, and I am still getting blessed, from the Most High in that, creating healing things, because I'm understanding that a part of my work here is to present opportunity for healing inside and out. And I am so grateful to be trusted with this. And I am so thankful and grateful that my experiences and my understanding and my willingness to hear and to do that internal work has really allowed me to embrace the integrity that I naturally have in a beautiful way that is allowing me in this moment now to move forward in the way I'm being summoned and called. It's like such a beautiful feeling, a beautiful feeling to have. And I wish I could remember the name of the creator that I read her caption that used that term summoning, because it so resonated with what I'm feeling right now, like being summoned. It's like it's coming in from, from the roots of me, coming up through all of my chakras, pulling down from, those higher chakras and coming and pouring out and summoning through my heart. It's such a beautiful thing, and it's such a scary thing too, because it's like, oh my gosh, what does that mean? What does that mean now to step into this, to step out on the stage and be seen? I've always shied away from being seen. I didn't like attention. It made me feel uncomfortable. I was the student in class that knew the answers but didn't raise my hand, you know. But in the classes where I felt most comfortable, I always did the best. So I'm understanding the value of what I have to offer, not just valuable for me, but valuable for all that it resonates with. And it may not resonate with everyone. I don't think that things that we do is for everyone, because we all learn and understand and receive differently. And so those that align with how I give, with the way that they receive, it will resonate with them. The way I give resonates with the way they receive, they'll get it. And that's who it's for. And that's what I am coaching myself on, so that I can step into courage, or back into courage, because like I step in, step out, tap in, tap out, because I have videos where I've shared my thoughts before. I have, posts and blogs, or I've been vulnerable and I've shared myself before. And now every time I get back into the momentum of doing that again, I go through this cycle again where, okay, I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And it's like, no, stop it, Latavia. It's okay. If someone's offended, that's work for them to do. That means I need to understand what offended me and why. Because I know the intention behind the things that I put out there comes from a space of love and desire for those that hear it to utilize that in a way that is going to elevate and motivate and promote that momentum to heal, momentum to understand, momentum to transform. I was called today forward to make this message and to post it. So I started this one understanding and knowing that I'm going to be sharing this today. Today, which is Saturn going retrograde in Pisces, which is my sun sign. It's really like Spirit told me, Latavia, it's time to stop all the bullshit. Get to it. It's time to. You're ready. Now it's time to do it and put the work to work. And so that's what I'm doing, in the highest vibration of peace, love, light, and healing. And whoever hears this, I hope this message resonates with you and you are motivated to step into the power of who you are